is on the plane trip over to Louisville.
My choice for the Kentucky Derby, how could it be anything other than a Rossi? This horse has done everything and more that's been asked of him. He shipped in from a foreign country, ran in a completely foreign direction and on a foreign surface, and he still won despite that. I think anybody else is going to have their work cut out for them to try and beat this horse. An exacta horse, well, I wouldn't even mess with it because I don't think there's going to be any price anyway. Maybe AP Indy, the winner of the Santa Anita Derby, but all I can say is a Rossi, a Rossi, a Rossi.
Well, there's two huge selections for the public betting favorite, a Rossi. Let's look to our experts in the studio here to see if we can't find some price for this year's Kentucky Derby. Dave, how do you see this year's Derby?
My money's going to be on Pine Bluff. This is a big maturing animal. His best race is ahead of him. It may be May 2nd in the Derby. He's going to catch a slow pace. He's going to have a lot left at the end to hold off a late charging Rossi. Plus, I'm going to get a very good price on this horse.
Well, that's for sure. The closing future book odds in Las Vegas listed Pine Bluff at 12 to 1, so you certainly should get a good price on Derby Day, the way everyone's lining up behind a Rossi's camp. Speaking of price, let's now go to the gentleman who has selected the last 8 out of the last 16 Kentucky Derby winners, most of them prize horses and long shots, and he certainly has a way for us to make some money this year. Gordon?
Well, you know, I'd like to go for another price horse just like we've had, Dennis, but it just doesn't look like that kind of a year to me. A Rossi is so strong. It's just, he's dominated. He won that easy race in Europe by 5. He came back with a workout by 20. It's very hard for me to think he hasn't matured from a race last year that could actually beat this particular field. So I'll put my money down on a Rossi, but I'll do it in a different way. He's going to be bet so much. I think we need to go into the exacta in order to get it. In other words, pull out a decent price horse for second, and you could make some money on this Derby. Now, I'll use some saver bets to AP Indy, the California champion, but I want to go with Dave on those 2 long shots, Pine Bluff, and Lily T was 50 to 1 closing in the future book, plus 2 Europeans. Dr. Devious was 20 to 1, and the other European, Rokeby, he was 150 to 1 and probably should have won the Wood as it was run. So I'd go a Rossi to those horses and maybe sneak 1 ticket back just in case one of them beats him.
So to clarify this, you're saying you're going to use a Rossi on top of the other major contenders we've identified here in the exacta, and then you're going to turn those all around and put those above a Rossi in case there is an upset here. You should get a huge price out of the exacta pool. Is that correct?
Amen. A Rossi on top in case he wins to those 5 contenders, hoping a long shot runs second to magnify the payoff, and then reverse it just in case it's the millennium. Those 5 on top maybe 1 time to a Rossi for a big exacta in case one of them beats him home.
Okay, there you have it. And I think what we should also do here is mention a few of the things that are going on in Las Vegas. The 3 of us you see here on the set live in Las Vegas, and we've watched this Kentucky Derby evolve this year through the future book odds and a few of the proposition wagers. Gordon, what are some of the interesting propositions there are this year in Las Vegas for the Kentucky Derby?
Well, Dennis, over at some of the big houses, just in case the Rossi dominated and there wasn't the kind of action that they wanted, they have one bet on 2:02 3/5 is the time. Like football, you can go over or under. Are they going to run faster than 2 minutes and a half, or are they going to run slower? Another one is, will it be a Kentucky bred who wins? Well, all the big contenders we've just talked about and like here, they're all from Kentucky, so you can get 1 for 5. Bet 5,000, you'll profit 1,000 if one of those 5 wins.
Well, I certainly think that would be a lock, that a Kentucky bred would win it, since a Rossi and AP Indy and all of the top contenders, Pine Bluff and all of them are Kentucky bred, so that certainly would be, you have to lay heavy odds on it, but it certainly should be a lock wager.
It's sort of the 5 best horses against the other 15, but with an auxiliary starting gate where 6 horses are going to have to start way outside with 19 horses blocking your way down the busy freeway, you could have a lucky upset.
Well, there you have it. We've identified the contenders for you, and our experts have given you their choices. I'm going to go with AP Indy. I watched AP Indy at Santa Anita win the Derby there, and I think this horse is coming up to its best race. He wasn't abused at all, and he certainly has the talent to go with the best. So make mine AP Indy, and we'll be back again next week.